Oh shit. It just went, I just accidentally hit the button. I accidentally hit the button. Yeah. Whoops. Sorry guys. Whoopsie. My bad. Welcome guys. No one's on the camera yet. That's cool.
Sorry. We're here. Move. We're here. We're clear. Let's get used to this.
Yeah, buddy.
Are we live already?
I accidentally hit the button. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, we're live already.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right there.
That's,
Sitting right
I like
here.
that one.
Okay.
that looks good.
Okay, let me. You gotta move.
After you.
Are we already commencing the shit show?
Yeah, we are commencing the show.
Yeah.
Get some.
I accidentally hit the button.
Nope. Go. Yes. And we also got wonderful. I don't know how to do this. Brian, don't be afraid.
Oh.
Don't worry, we'll take the fire.
There we go. We also got that.
I'll come in last here. I just want to make sure it's good.
You're good. You're
Is
not
everything
concerned.
else on? Somebody grab my iPod off the dog cage, please.
Yes.
Yeah,
What we need to do. iPad. Everybody needs to go get off the Wi-Fi, please.
We need to have somebody put the link on our Facebook page as well.
Yes, but everybody,
This
please.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming off the Wi-Fi now.
And this.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to need to sit.
You can sit right there.
I'm going to need to sit probably right here, actually.
Or Mike. You want there or there?
Well, actually, we'll put Mike there. Mike's easier to see.
Yeah.
But he's
Takes
going
up less
to
space.
need to be right
Oh
up.
yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, Lemmy, you gotta go inside. Come on.
You big old oaf.
There you go. Lemmy, you go this way. You that way.
What's up, guys? We just had some technical difficulties, but we're getting
We
started.
pressed the button too early.
Daniel pressed the button too early.
Yeah, it's totally my fault. So everyone, welcome to episode 5 Night Shenanigans.
Yes.
I'm Daniel and I don't have a beard anymore.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
We have hecklers in the background, so if you hear anything weird, it's just, Jason, Trevor.
It's the children's.
It's the children's.
It's also Lemmy's tail, because Lemmy likes to...
Oh boy.
Don't you need beer assistance?
Yes,
Yeah,
I need
beer assistance.
need some beer assistance.
Hell
Well, I mean, figured we were going to try something interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming at you guys live from Mike's back porch.
We got a new set.
It's
New-
beautiful.
Yes,
I
new.
like it.
Tabletop.
Yes,
It's
it's
comfy
great.
and
Yes.
everything.
Thank you, Miss Cindy, because that was wonderful.
And
Don't
yeah.
forget, all of you, if anybody's out there watching, be sure to chime in and let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, we are actively
Yes, we are
monitoring
watching
what's
you.
going on. And I guess for the Kickstarters,
Oh, damn, you got the good cores. Damn, where did those come from? Hold on. Sorry.
in your refrigerator, my friend, I come bearing beer. All right.
Look, we'll run away to go get a beer.
So as always, first off, I want to tell everybody to go check out ClutchShiftGo.com. They are the guys who have been helping us get out there, and our discount code is still live until the end of the year. It is PNP15. It is in the description of the live stream. You use that discount code and you get 15% off your order. Make sure you check them out. They have a lot of great stuff there. And
You still need one?
Yes, I need a beer.
these
What
guys,
was this?
That's fine.
Yes, hi.
I didn't get to, but these guys participated in an awesome Powered by Ford car show today. How did that go?
We had 6 pre-registers that didn't make it, but we had at least 106, 107 on field.
That's awesome.
Everybody had a good time. The weather was fantastic. Food was good. Only had one bitch boy.
Right. What was it? Tampa Bay Mustang Club?
Tampa Mustang Club of Tampa came and they rolled in hard.
They came in
11.
droves.
What, like 12,
11 or
13, 11 or 12 cars?
11 or
So
12.
shout out to the Tampa Bay
Yes,
Mustang Club for
I
rolling in
think-
heavy to our show.
Villagers Mustang Club.
Yeah.
Mustang Club of the Villages. They were there. I saw a couple of them on there.
I think there was a couple of Space Coast guys
Yes,
there
a
too.
couple Space Coasts, which that's fucking
That's-
driving
We had,
Yeah,
we
Space
had guys.
Coast
We had
is
guys
far.
coming up from Boynton Beach,
Yep.
Pompano Beach. We had
That's awesome.
we had some good travelers.
And I want to throw a shout out too to the Nature Coast Mustang Club for that awesome plaque.
Yes.
That thing is
Yep.
super cool.
Yep. Actually, one of our great friends, Ricky Bobby, he won. He won that
He
trophy.
won the Pints and Pistons.
Yep.
That is awesome.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure to upload a picture of that to our Facebook page of that plaque so you guys can see it. It's really cool. But but I think we're gonna get things started. Welcome to
I
Saturday
won.
Night Shenanigans.
I won.
We're going.
I got gold.
Mikey
You
won
won.
his class.
I got gold in my class. Yay.
Did you also get silver and bronze?
Fuck you, Jason.
You should have.
You want to explain why, Mike?
No.
You want to explain why?
No, because my car was amazing.
I know. It was so great.
It was so great. It was almost like it was like the only example of it.
I
It was
know.
so
I
cool
know.
that it was like no one else showed up in the Fox Body class. And Mikey ran away.
Up. Mike, those dogs are bigger than you.
How's everyone doing tonight? Is everyone doing well?
I am sunburned.
You appear it.
Yeah, we got some sun. We were up early. Well, some of us were up early.
I overslept.
You did. I was there.
Well, in his defense, I was at his house VR racing with him, and Lord only knows how late he stayed up
Yeah.
doing it. I have to say,
How
That-
late were you thrashing on the car?
that shit is so cool.
I was working on the car till right before you got there, about 8:30.
8-ish, yeah.
But I started working on it when I got home at 5:30, so I was
yeah.
working on it that whole time.
Oh, yeah.
But I have to say, my first actual VR experience, I've never even done anything cool at VR before. That was so.
That was us too.
That was so.
Did you get any?
much fun.
Did you get any of the? See, that was
No.
the drop, the
But
corkscrew at Laguna Seca. Just
The first time when I hit that, I literally, my eyes got this big and I went,
I know.
oh boy!
Exactly.
And he said that he went, oh boy, here we go.
That was me too.
The really neat thing though, I have to say, is like I didn't feel it until I got I did Tsukuba first, dicking around with the R34, and the first turn on Tsukuba, that's where it just really intrigued me on how your mind seriously starts immersing you in that, because you launch a car and shit and nothing, and when I hit that first turn, it's like the little fucking gyroscope in my head was like, you're going right now, and I'm
Exactly.
like, I kind of sat there and I was like, that was weird, and I just stopped, and then I turned again. I'm like, that's really cool.
the thing that got me was, like I said, trying Laguna Seca for my first track, and with that much elevation change, that was a mistake.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
And
probably a mistake.
I didn't get as nauseous as you got, but I did feel it. All of a sudden, I went through that. I was like, oh, like it felt like I was
Yeah.
on an elevator.
Well, like I
type
said, I
deal,
mean,
and
I
it
was
just dropped.
acclimating on kind of the gentle climbing up the hill.
Yeah.
And I spun and then kind of going slow up the hill, and even when I crested, I was fine. But once I made that left into it and then dropped right, it was like I got down onto the flat, and I was like, nope, this is done.
Yeah.
I was just like,
when I started getting comfortable with it, I started fucking heel toe shifting and shit, and I was banging corners. I
Well,
was
see, when
going
we-
off the
when
track
we did it,
over
we
no
didn't
freaking-
have the wonderful clutch pedal or the.
Yeah,
that was
that was my alpha setup.
yeah.
we were
Yeah.
doing version 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, you can heel toe that thing perfect.
Well, and see, I was doing that because I ended up taking one to Torino's and going Trino, and
no, we're stopping this one more time. Do it with us.
Exactly. Truno.
I was just talking to him because his Mustang is an 86 Mustang,
It's that-
and he always refers to it as the 86.
The
call it-
Apopka
the
86.
Apopka
The
86.
Apopka 86.
It's panda color.
And
It
every
is a
time he
panda
says it, he
color.
just says, I'm bringing the 86, and I go,
When the fuck did you get one of those?
and I go, yeah, what, you gotta...
But speaking of
86?
8.6, where I started to get comfortable in the game, I went on one of the fictitious tracks. It had a little bit of Ellen face change, but not bad. But it was when we just were on the flat track and just doing the drift practice.
Yeah.
That was when, I was sucking at the drifting. I wasn't able to hold the corners and really do it properly.
But you could tell all of a sudden he started going, and I'm like, Brian's got
slinging
this.
the wheel around, and the most amazing thing is you sling the wheel around and you start to get into a slide, and you immediately look out the window to see where you're going,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
see
yes.
where you're
It's
going.
so awesome.
It's
Yes.
amazing.
After I finished, he started doing some drifting in a Supra, and
It was so much fun.
oh, I was sitting there watching like that. Just looks like so much fun, and watching him out, because like
Yeah.
outside of it,
Yeah.
watching him fight the steering
Exactly.
wheel, shaking the rig,
Now-
going.
Now, did he tell you about my experience with the 8.6?
No.
My experience with the 8.6, I did my whole first run, and then I'm like, okay, I saw up on here there was an uphill course.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Got the uphill.
It was 20 minutes long.
20
nice,
minutes long
nice.
of me in a stock 8.6. I made him put a 3-hour long Eurobeat thing
Yeah,
in
we
the
actually
background.
had Eurobeat YouTube running in the background.
And-
And the thing was, if we tried to shut the U2 off, it kind of crashed everything and had to reset it all. So when we were doing the drift practice at the flat
was
track,
going
You got
to.
forced into it.
yeah, we were Eurobeat drift practice.
The best thing is I got 3/4 in, and what did I do? I couldn't help it. I had such a big smile on my face, and I just remember yelling, "This is fucking awesome! The Eurobeats just intensified!"
He's literally just sitting in there because you've got the earphones on. You don't realize how loud you're being. This is fucking awesome!
Yeah,
This is amazing!
And he actually did say Eurobeat intensifies.
I think mine was a mixture of joy, fear, and just yelling.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, that initial drop down in the corkscrew,
Dude.
my eyes and everything telling me one thing, and my inner ear just telling me something completely different. I was just like, my innards were just like, nope, we're done.
When I went down, I was like, I've always done that only on Forza and everything. I've never realized.
Exactly.
I've seen videos on YouTube and stuff like that, but
think
doing
in
that.
North America, that is the most elevation, the quickest elevation change on the
quickest
racetrack, I
elevation.
believe.
Not yet, baby.
But, so,
VR racing, awesome.
yeah,
So,
VR racing.
I want to talk about it a little bit.
I still suck at video games, but I mean,
And we've tried with Brian. We really have.
yeah,
He's a great coach for it. And me and Chris were talking about this today. How now that he's got it set up. Some of the best, because in Forza, me, Dan, and Chris were huge Forza fans. I know I've had every single Forza, and it's one of those where.
Yeah, when you get right up to the camera and go, okay, we're back online.
Good.
And we're back.
We're back. All right.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so, but yeah, no, your coaching ability, seriously, like, even though you can't play the games well with a controller, besides, actually doing the VR, you are the perfect, like, pit box in your ear going, okay, brake here, do this, do that, make sure you're hitting this line, watch your left, you got a guy coming over here. I mean,
Basically spotter. Basically spotter.
You are amazing at that because what was that one lap, and it wasn't even a quick lap for me. Just you spotting me and telling me
he was
that.
2.5, 3 seconds quicker. Right?
Just with him telling me that, and I picked up more after that once I got back into a groove.
Because I kept telling him, I'm like, you're braking too late. You're braking too late. It's screwing up your entry, your exit, set up for the next corner. I was like, you're screwing everything up. And so he would start to brake just a couple meters early, and I was like, no. So finally, when he came back around off the tri-oval and hit start finish straight, I was like, do what I tell you.
Yep.
And I basically went full Kimi right then. Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
Right.
And as soon as I came up on the meter board, I would tell him about 5 meters earlier than I wanted him to. I'd tell him, he would do it, and then I was telling him where to turn in, sweep out, turn in, sweep out, set up this way, brake.
Yep.
And
it helps.
First time off, he was
so much.
And I need that
really
because
did.
what I was going to get into was I've told you guys this, but I want to have them hear it. I've started on that sim racing system league, and these guys are serious. This is their lifeblood at this point. Yeah. Like, they don't do real racing because sim racing is cheaper, so this is what they do.
Which I don't blame them on that. I mean, it's amazing.
My absolute best lap of the whole day is a solid 3 to 5 seconds off the pace now. I was 10 seconds off the pace. I've watched a bunch of videos about corner entry and exit and braking zones, and I figured it out a little bit more. So I'm getting faster, but I mean, these guys are consistently.
Yes.
Well, these guys are also hours and hours and hours and hours and
Yeah,
hours.
the more
hours.
you put into it, the better you get.
And that's what I've been doing. I've been
Well, I
doing
mean,
a lot of practice.
and honestly, that's just like, we take our cars to the drag strip. I have done absolutely nothing to my car from my first visit to the drag strip to my last visit to the drag strip, and I went from running 15.1s to 14.77s with no changes to the car.
Right.
Just
driving.
Driver mod.
Yeah.
So,
That's literally just me figuring out just how hard I can launch without blowing that tire
knowing,
off.
okay.
And I manually shift my automatic because it's just the way the tune's set up. It just works better for me to manually shift the automatic to make it shift when I want it to shift. And so just figuring out my shift points and figuring out my launch, just driver mod. I've got I've picked up that much time without any changes to the car.
And that's just the drag strip. I mean, we're talking about road course, and that's the thing about, like, with sim racing system, it's a set car.
Yeah.
It's not like in Forza where you're all in a certain class and one car is going to have an advantage
No,
over
you're
another.
in a set
It
car.
is like the Miata Cup is a Miata Cup car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Which-
it. Period.
Sealed
I-
engine.
so
and-
much fun.
Oh god.
They even
yes.
have sealed setups. Everyone's running the same suspension setup. You're allowed to adjust tire pressure, and I think you're allowed to set camber.
See, and that's the type of shit that I love, where everybody's
You
everybody's
are on a
perfect.
level playing field
Well,
completely.
and-
It is the driver that
Yeah,
wins
that and that
race.
comes down to that the races that he was coaching me with. Excuse me. We all had different cars, but even though this was a 3-4 month long racing series we did, we spent about 3-4 months beforehand
developing
each
the
car,
rules pack and developing
yeah,
what they can
to
do
where
to each car. And
like
how
I was
relevant
running the
things are.
GT350, whereas my competitors were running a newer Camaro.
Mhm.
They might have had 100 extra horsepower on me, but I was this weight and all that. We made it to where we had a set time around a certain track to where we made it to where every single car was modded to the same way where they ran the same exact time with the same person running a car, and then from there on it was driver
Right.
tuning and all that.
And,
So,
even then, it wasn't changing it. There was a max power level for each car to keep it kind of within that
Yes.
that time delta. But then
But everybody was
each
close.
But they could each go in and modify tire pressure, camber,
Yeah.
faster, toe in, toe
and
out.
it basically
and,
came
and
out to
shock
be
settings.
how good of a tuner and then driver you were.
Yeah.
So
And
all the
these
cars
series,
were.
the lock setups, like you can't change anything but like tire pressure, and I think there's a little bit of suspension tweaking you can do, but it's nothing big,
Yeah.
nothing that's going
Yeah.
to affect the car.
like Miata Cup.
Yes.
Right, it's
oh,
a
yeah,
Miata Cup.
which is
Yeah,
fucking
Cup.
perfect.
And I love that about that because it gives you the opportunity to really compete in a racing series where somebody's not taking advantage of some glitch in the program.
Yes.
I'm thinking we should get some burgers and fries, and I mean, dinner's getting cold in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like we haven't eaten on camera before.
Exactly.
By the way, gentlemen, I just wanted to say,
Gentlemen, where?
Who the fuck are you talking to, bro?
I use that term rather loosely.
I use a booster seat.
kids and adults.
No, we're basically 4 idiots that drink beer and talk shit about
Pretty much.
cars.
Right.
I just want to let all you know, I entered a contest to win 4 VIP pit passes to the Rolex 24. And I just want all of you to know, if I win, we're going to the Rolex 24.
Holy-
We're going to the Rolex 24!
Yeah, let's tell you, man.
So hopefully, the contest ends in,
When is the Rolex 24?
January or February?
it's in February, and
Yeah.
the contest ends in January. So in
Okay.
January, I will know whether I have won or not.
What is that?
Hopefully,
Daytona.
Okay.
Yes.
Hopefully, I win because I haven't been to the Rolex 24 and I don't know how many years.
I've
I've
Never been.
Never been.
We got to go to Sebring earlier this year, and that experience was amazing.
The best thing
I
ever.
wasn't
Brian
there for
Two
the
Legs,
whole
Mobile
thing.
One.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, is he watching?
I hit a sweet
No.
spot.
Yeah.
I hit a,
Ah, black.
oh
Jesus.
no!
Oh no!
Man down!
Okay.
Oh no!
Well, I will tell these people to get us food.
Can you have a beer winch bring me another beer too, please?
Yes.
Of any sort?
Alright.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it because, by the way, if you're tuning in for the first time, this is it's the only unscripted, unedited, everything, and we kind of wing it. We really are winging it tonight.
Yeah,
we haven't
because-
picked any topics, so
Right.
Because of the show today,
We've
They're-
all, been,
they-
we've all
yeah.
just been busy. I
We
mean,
have
we
been-
thought we were going to be a man down.
yeah, and
it turned
'cause-
out not.
yeah,
But next time,
Let's
we
be
really
honest.
will
He wasn't
be
going to
meeting.
Miami. He was really going to Citrus County Deep.
Yeah.
oh no, I was supposed to be going to Miami today, but it ended up
Miami
falling
at the
through.
plantation inn for Diva Night.
Yeah,
Even
that's
a-
why he shaved.
And
He didn't
we-
want to tickle someone's butthole.
Did I get all the makeup off?
No.
So also, with the hurricane that never actually did anything to us like it was supposed to, and all that everything, it was just a crazy week. I think for probably all of us.
But I gotta say, I used to live up in Panama City, in Callaway specifically, and my dad was stationed at Tyndall Air Force Base, and that whole area up there just got wiped.
Tyndall got hit hard.
Actually, the aerial shot that I saw, the big Quonset hut hangar on the east end with the roof ripped off of it and everything else, that my dad used to be in charge of that hangar.
Oh yeah.
And he was looking at all the damage that we saw, and they were comparing the damage to Homestead. After Andrew,
Uh-huh.
Homestead wasn't reopened, And Dad was saying that he would not be surprised if
Thank
they
you.
just closed Tyndall and been done with it.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh, switch glasses. This one last.
I understand. Ooh, I get the MTV glass. MTV when it used to actually be MTV.
When it was music.
I figured I'd bring you guys two, and then that way you can
Cool.
split
Split it
it.
up.
Yeah, we're.
Yes.
Thank you,
Alright,
beer.
we
Thank
got-
you, beer
Thank
maidens.
you, beer ladies.
Tonight
Nice.
we got, for the first
And then
beer, we
food.
got Cigar City
Burgers and fries.
Tampa Style Lager. This is the one I brought. I saw it and was like,
And,
okay.
and hold on,
Let's
time
name
out
that
before you do it. Food. Okay, so we want what? Thank you for going to McDonald's. May I take your order, please?
Yeah, no.
What do you want?
Just lettuce, tomato, ketchup, mayo, and fries.
Fuck that shit. Just put a piece of cheese on it.
I was gonna say
Yeah, well,
literally
too.
just a burger with cheese and fries. That's all I want.
Burger, cheese, and fries.
Burger, cheese, and fries.
Burger, cheese, and fries.
Burger, cheese, and fries.
Easy.
Hey.
Ketchup would be good though.
So this is Tampa style lager. So is this gonna taste like disappointment and pregnant strippers?
No, that's Ebor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, this is Tampa. This is gonna taste like Busch Gardens, I guess.
I don't know.
Have you ever gotten some of that water in your mouth from the flume ride?
I'm pretty sure it's recycled tears of tourists they've kidnapped.
Hold on, well, I'll let you know if this tastes like the flume ride at Busch Gardens.
Oh,
'cause
cheers, gentlemen, ladies, children, adults.
It smells good. I got a sinus infection. I can even
That
smell
smells
this shit.
Walnut lace is nice.
It's not bad.
It
It's a
tastes
good
like
beer.
the flume ride at Busch Gardens.
It tastes like a watered down IPA.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
does.
I'll have to say that definitely. It tastes like I'm supposed to be drinking an IPA, but somebody put a lager sticker on it and added
But
distilled
hey,
water.
I'm okay with that because it does not fully take the fun out of my mouth. Because that Sweetwater 420,
Yes.
whatever the fuck that
There's
was,
still some happiness. We're good.
and as soon as that hit my mouth, all the happiness went. It went like, I'm a party to someone just died. Like,
That was
no.
pretty good. All
I
right,
would,
so
I would refrain saying that your mouth is a party. Just saying.
It's a little light. It doesn't. It's not a very strong, flavorful beer.
no, it is a very light.
It
tasting
smells
beer.
good, though.
It does smell really good.
It's got a very floral smell to it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I
So-
said, it's an IPA, but with
Water.
low battery.
Yeah. Who wants
And
to,
I'm okay with.
who wants to throw out the first topic? Anything anybody wants to talk about?
Me and you were talking about this today at the car show.
Oh, sounds
That
like
topic you brought up
Sounds like you guys
It
got
also
You
something.
gotta
Right.
refresh
Right.
my memory.
about something not being at car shows anymore. Making picket signs. Save the Fox body.
Yeah. The fact that we had an all Ford car show today,
Mostly
there was-
Mustangs.
mostly Mustangs.
There was,
a
however,
solid
however,
75%.
a 1912 Ford Model T with the original optional skis.
Yes, which was
Right.
fucking awesome.
Wow.
That guy, like, seriously, he was fucking awesome.
Oh, and for the car nerds among everybody, like me and Mike, one of the things we saw one of the Ford mechanics driving today that I sent you guys pictures of,
Yes.
a
Yes.
1981 Volkswagen Rabbit pickup,
Yes.
diesel,
5-speed.
5-speed manual.
Right. It was cool.
You know,
And that's his daily driver. His other car is a 95 show. That guy, he right there, you are the true American hero.
sir, tonight we drink to you.
We drink to
Drink
you.
to you.
Fellow jalops.
And the thing is he seriously just pulled into work and was opening up the bay, and it was what 7:05.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm screaming at Brian,
Come check this
Brian, fucking come walk with me. He's like,
This
what?
is fun.
He's like, what?
Oh,
I'm like, there's
thank
a
you so
rabbit.
much.
Look at
He's like,
Thank
so
you
it's
so
a
much,
rabbit.
ladies.
There's food.
Um,
Good.
One time.
So, well,
Oh, go ahead.
the point we were going to make is there was an all Ford powered car show. 75 to 80% of the cars there were Mustangs.
There were two
And there
Fox bodies on field, one Aero convertible, and Mike's 4 eyes.
Yeah, two
And
Fox
the
bodies
other
all
one
day.
was just display only.
So 2 Fox bodies all day, which means
Hence why
What's
I got gold
happening?
in my class.
is the
What?
Fox body is dying, and we need to save it. We all as car guys need to make up some picket signs and start marching in our local towns.
I got something about
Save
it.
the Fox bodies.
Pretty good.
Do not LS swap the Fox bodies.
Okay, so this was my thing about it. This was our 9th annual show. We have had this show for 9 years. When I first started going to the show, it wasn't even our show. It was still another club show that just happened.
That's
to
right. It was Ocala doing a show here for whatever reason.
Exactly. That was still when I had my very first car, my first Fox body in that. For the first 4 to 5 years that I was going to that, I mean, that was still back in 06, 07, 08. There was at least anywhere between 10 to 20 Fox bodies that would show up. The Fox body class was a big fucking class.
Because those were the cheap speed at the time.
Exactly. Now it's turning out to be the S197s are the cheap speed. So you got the
Fox
05.
Fox bodies have all been turned into race cars and beat to death, and then the ones that are really nice have gotten expensive. They're no longer cheap.
So,
and honestly,
and the
they're
other,
no longer speed unless they're heavily
yes.
modded.
So you got the 05 to 09 S197s. You can get those,
which are now the cheap speed.
$8,000 to $13,000. There you go. Easily modded. Blah blah blah. That's taken over the Fox bodies to where you don't. If you see a Fox body at a show, a Mustang show now, it's either pristine, fully restored, yada yada yada, or it's turbo LS.
Well, and I think it's something that everybody can agree on. Like I have a couple of friends that are like super narrow-minded, strict JDM guys and things like that. And if you ask them what American car they would own if they had to or if they wanted to, Fox body. Everybody, I just don't understand how.
They were cheap, they were light, they were simple.
Yeah.
You can do just about anything with them. I mean, if you want to road race them, you can build a road race. You want to drag race them, you can build a drag racer.
You can drift them. Team Pony Drift over in Sweden. Michael Reyes, I actually got you on Facebook. I've had you on Facebook for the last 12 years. He was actually selling most of his Mustang drift cars. He's actually got the Mustang drift, the Fox body drift car that's got the V12 Viper motor in it. That's his new one. But over in Sweden, they got a big following for drift Fox bodies, and he makes full custom setups.
Well, Sweden's also Sweden has a really big thing for large 50s and 60s American cars.
They really do. They have a really big thing for them.
Well, I mean, even talking about Fox body drift cars, Von Gitten's practice car is a Fox body.
Mm-hmm.
He calls it the secret American drift car.
Yeah. And it's now I
finally did it.
Chris is only the third person besides me to ever drive my 86. I don't let people drive that car.
Chris had not driven a Fox body before an hour and a half ago.
So, not just hey, you got to drive a Fox body. You got to drive my car.
Right.
It's a piece of shit.
You got to drive the Impaka 86.
You got me, Two Legs, Melina, and then you. And Sabrina Slightly.
Did the look of shock come across on my face when you handed me the keys?
Slightly. Yes.
Okay, good.
But I would like to say my car sounds a lot better than I thought it did. Because...
What do you mean, take it for a drive? This is your car. I'm not supposed to drive this.
Oh.
But anyway.
If it didn't have a T5 in it, which is basically the automotive...
And I heard you grind.
Yeah, it totally grinds third.
No, it's one of those, I'm like, second... Third gear grind. There you go. And it's one of those. If you have a T5, whether it's rebuilt anything, a T5 grinds in third gear. It just happens.
Yeah, input shaft bearings.
Yeah.
I also wanted to let you guys know about my little personal quest I'm going to be going on soon. I've caught wind that there is an FD in a local neighborhood by us that has been sitting for about 4 or 5 months on jack stands in some guy's driveway. And it's covered in like algae and dust, like it hasn't been touched in years. And I heard it from somebody who lives a couple streets down from the guy, and he can't remember exactly which street it's on, but he knows it's there, and it's been there for about 5 months. Because he's only lived over in that area for about 5 months. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go find this car, and I'm going to knock on this guy's door and see if he knows what he's got or not. And
does it have an LS swap in it?
He doesn't know anything about it. We were just talking the other night and BSing, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you." Excuse me. He goes, "There's a guy with an RX-7 by my house who's been sitting on jack stands since I moved in about 5 months ago." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And like instantly, I'm thinking about he's like talking about like my wife's body style, like an FC. So I was like, "What color is it?" And he goes, "Red." And I was like, "Oh, that might be a turbo too." Not a lot of the base models came in red. And I said, "Does it have a hood scoop on it?" And he goes, "Oh, I didn't really see." And I was like, "Well, I said, if it did, it's going to be a Turbo 2. And he goes, the Turbo 2, that's like one of the 80s ones, right? And I said, yeah. And he goes, nah, it's not one of those ones. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, it's like the one that Dominic drives in Fast and Furious. And I was like, well, you're saying it's an FD. And he's like, I guess. And I start showing pictures of FDs, and he goes, yeah, it's definitely one of those. And he's like, the car looks like it's perfect underneath all the, dust and dirt on it and everything, but it's just sitting on jack stands, out in the open. So, I'm gonna go find that car, knock on the door, man. You never know. That could be somebody who just has a car and they don't know anything of what it's worth or anything, and they want $1,000 for it or something like that.
Or you dare question why they have an FD and not doing anything with it, and they shoot you.
It could. I might die, but.
Or they might be retarded and say they're gonna LS swap it.
And then I'll shoot him.
Like that wonderful one that's here in our county that has the, what is it, LS6, LS7 in it?
And it's got a full Spirit R bumpers on it and everything.
Beautiful
The car
car.
itself is friggin' gorgeous.
Beautiful car, beautiful interior. And I will say, the motor in that, it's done right, but it's just, when you open up that hood and it's not a rotary,
Sucks,
you're
it
dead.
just sucks your soul out.
And I told the
I
guy
have
that.
no leg to stand on here.
Yeah.
You should have seen
Pardon the pun.
the even,
I see what you did there.
the evil
I have
look.
no leg to stand here
Yeah.
and say anything about LS swapped RX-7s because I small block Ford swapped an RS-7.
At
So
least that was slightly different.
Yeah. But it's one of those, I told that guy that when he popped the hood, I'm like, oh, you LS swapped it? He's like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, oh. Should have kept it rotary. Oh, well, yeah, I don't fucking care about LS. It's the look he gave me. I walked away quickly because I thought he was going to shoot me. And I'm like, your car's beautiful, but you got a shit motor.
Yeah, it's, one of my friends is selling an LS, and he told me, and he's like, maybe you could buy it and put in your wife's RX-7. And I looked at him, and I literally said word for word, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I was like, get the
If
fuck
you
out.
LS swap a RX-7, you're going to hell. And you will be fucked in the ass by Hitler.
This reminds me of a comment I saw on Jalopnik, and it was talking about engine swaps. And I forgot who it was, but it was somebody in the comment section on a Jalopnik thread said LS swap guys are like retards with erections, they'll shove it in anything.
Yeah.
I'm super tempted to buy that LS to swap into the S10,
That's proper.
but part of my brain, and I've been stuck on this for a while, I'd really love to turn that S10 into an electric truck to use as a daily driver, just because, fuck it, let's make something electric.
Yeah, I've been thinking about buying
There's
it
some
and putting
people
my
right.
truck.
There's some people right here in the county that convert minis, and they've
Yes.
got that big,
That
big
big
old-
ass
ass
S10
yeah.
before.
Well, no, but they also have that giant fucking
Right.
farm truck, which
Yeah.
is fucking
I want
awesome.
to get into touch with them and see what it can be done for. Like, how cheaply can I swap this truck to electric?
And that's the thing. I think they do it fairly cheaply. I mean, it's not the highest of.
Obviously, you're not going to be putting Tesla drivers
Yeah.
into it, but
No, you know what people are using for this now? For DIY electric cars?
The Volt shit.
The Chevy Volt.
Yeah.
They're using the battery packs out of those.
and Nissan Leaf.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, if I can build that S10 to give me a 60-mile range that'll do 65, 70 miles an hour, I'm done. I'll drive it back and forth to work
Charge
and
it
never
each-
have to pay for
and
gas.
just charge it each night.
Right.
Although, I do have a slight beef with everybody calling for the electric fleet in our automotive fleet in
Can't
the country.
It doesn't work.
Well, when you look at how many batteries you would have to build, how much materials you would have to mine, how much of those materials would be shipped by diesel boats,
Right.
back and forth across the ocean from raw material to battery to
The
production,
process of disposing of the batteries
Yeah.
disposing of the
done.
batteries,
Yep.
and then if everybody's got an electric car that's charging up the power grid, then it's just going to stress and tax the power grid even harder.
Exactly.
How is that going to help the environment or anything?
Bingo.
Well, and they did it on Top Gear. They actually talked about that with the Prius.
And Jeff.
Well, they talked about the manufacturing process that's required for the Prius offsets the greenhouse gases
Just the
to
battery
the point
alone.
where it's more eco-friendly to buy a Range Rover with a supercharged V8 than it is to buy a Prius.
Those are fun to drive, by the way.
And
Prius or
I have
when
said
they
it for
drive,
Range
years.
Rover
Oh,
HSEs.
okay.
When
I've
they
s-
drive,
I've
Yeah.
said it for years, and I'll say it again. I'll say it right now. I'll say it to that camera. We are going the wrong way with our hybrid vehicles.
I'd
The
rather,
idea
I'd
that
rather see like hydrogen fuel cells myself.
That won't happen.
the idea that we need to have a gas engine driving the wheels and then a battery and electric motor assist. Doesn't make sense to me. You want to make a hybrid? Fine. Put a battery in, have a 1-cylinder engine that runs a generator, and then make the car electric powered.
Well, that's kind of that's a Chevy Volt. I mean, the Chevy Volt uses a gas engine to basically turn a generator to charge the batteries, and the car. Otherwise, the car is electric.
Which I'll say,
But
it's actually
Mazda-
really nice. Like they've done a good job. I'm not a Chevy fan, but they've done a good job with that, and also that the little spark
Yeah.
and all that.
But
like,
90% of hybrids are gasoline engines with a hybrid
And
assist.
they're full size. 1.6,
Yeah.
1.8 liter, 2 liter engines.
Yeah.
Two
Well,
fours.
Mazda's apparently going to bring the rotary back, but
Yes,
as
as
a small displacement power unit
Mm-hmm.
to do just exactly that.
And that's what they need to do.
Yep.
It makes no sense.
Go
to
Mazda!
have a 1.6 liter engine
Yeah.
with a hybrid assist. You're not gaining anything there.
No.
No, but
You're really not.
see, when I come into thinking about like a small motor, doing all that, you could essentially do the same thing with an air turbine. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying like an actual air turbine like you're thinking. I'm saying that you have the electric motor begin to move the vehicle, and you have proper air damming set up
Yeah.
to turn the turbine. That'll rotate the generator to recharge the energy, and you essentially.
Yeah, but then you're starting to get into the area of the kind of the perpetual motion machine, which really doesn't work.
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't. But I don't know, like the only thing I think is cool is like some of the hybrid cars have the whole sport thing behind them, where it combines the use of both.
Yeah.
But
Well,
still,
the hybrid supercars. That's one thing. They're using the hybrid system to create
Oh,
more power.
Thank you very
And
much.
I understand
was
that. That's not about fuel economy.
I'm so
When we're
getting more
talking about
over
fuel
everything.
economy, like the Nero and the any standard hybrid car
Yeah.
that uses a gas engine to drive the wheels, and then sometimes the electric motor joins in to help out.
Right.
That makes no sense to me. It's overcomplicating things to the point of obscurity.
Well, that's kind of like the whole hydrogen fuel cell thing. The hydrogen fuel cell generates power to drive the motors.
Right.
The car is basically electric.
And a hydrogen car is viable if we create the infrastructure for it.
It's the same thing with electric charging, with pure electric cars. But you've got different cars that are using different battery packs and different
Right.
charging methods, and whereas your gasoline pumps are pretty much all the same.
Exactly.
Different authentication
And-
shit.
I can't remember what I was going to say now.
That makes a brain fart.
Yep.
That's what I do, folks.
And with the
Beers!
vehicles,
Are we trying something new again?
Do you want something new, or do you just want a beers?
I'm happy to try something new.
let's try something
Something new.
new. Let me finish this off because it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
That's kind of a misfire for them. It was
Yeah.
all right. It wasn't fantastic.
I
It
mean-
wasn't
I mean-
nearly as good as the Modelo.
I mean, it washed my burger and fries down.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
eventually I'll make a turd, but
If somebody gets a hold of Cop Brewery, located in Crystal River, Florida, we'll try your beer for free, man.
Right?
Like, you just got to hook us up with some beer. It can be something crazy you made on a Sunday night at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, it wasn't a good beer. The Coors was better.
Oh,
yeah, but this is banquet. This is like
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
OG
The
Coors.
original Coors.
It's
Yeah.
OG Coors.
This right here is the shit that Cletus and the Bandit brought back from
Right.
West
Hell yeah.
Mississippi.
God rest his soul.
Doing it for Bandit.
Oh, so I think we should talk about some insider info you and I got. Not go into too much detail, but to put it back to more of like the subject topic matter with some of the information we learned recently from a certain company. We're very happy to say, and you'll enjoy this too, that there is a certain company out there that is still keeping hope out for us. Because they are taking 2 of their vehicles that are plain Jane that they... Oh boy! You brought some midnight oil out, honey!
I will say this disclaimer, I've had this before,
Same
but
here.
I wanted to share it with the guys because this is fucking amazing.
Okay,
Swamphead
Swamphead Brewery Midnight
Midnight
Oil
Oil.
Oatmeal Coffee Stout.
I hope you boys left some dark shit.
It's
Oh,
good.
you said all of my favorite things there.
5% ABV.
It's kind of like... You should let it sit for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Hennessy. But anyway, this certain car company
Oh
is kind
shit!
of...
So man,
Oh, yeah.
this stuff's
It's good.
Oh, yeah.
wow. This is pouring out like kind of like the Einstock and the Hawaiian Lion.
It's good.
This certain car company has confirmed with us that in 2020 they'll be bringing 2
Holy
vehicles.
crap, that is dark. Look at that.
They'll
Don't
be,
burn yourself again.
Again, I'm
Yeah.
good. I've learned my limits.
Yeah.
so they have 2 of their vehicles that are plain Jane black vehicles that they're giving us a turbo 6-speed manual option of. And I'm not disclosing any of the information because I'm really not supposed to know about it. And Chris and I both heard about this, and we are very excited to hear that it is a confirmed fact.
Yep.
That somebody is providing us with hope. They're taking that car that people are like, hey, you know, if that had a 6-speed and a turbo engine, that'd be fucking fantastic. And they're doing it.
Yep.
And we can talk about it later, offset and everything. But for now, let's get into some beer.
This is like the Einstein. This is like. This
I
is,
got it.
I'm excited.
I got it.
I am excited.
This is like the Einstock with more of a coffee punch to it.
Yeah.
But it's still good.
It's really
good.
Midnight
But
Oil.
I mean, more.
This is actually one Sabrina picked out. Now Sabrina's my
I like
fiance. She fucking
this is more of
hates
the brewed
beer.
coffee than the
She
roasted
picked
coffee,
this
like
out
the
for me.
The big top.
And she's like, I got you
Lion?
something, let's
Damn.
see if you like it. I fucking love this shit. And I kissed her and I'm like, you did good.
It's
Damn.
super
You
smooth.
did good.
I was
It's
referred.
smooth.
I was referred by a fellow parts manager friend that Hot Shots has got it up in town, and he was like, "Bro, they got this stuff, Midnight Oil. You need to give that a shot." So
It's good.
I got it on draft up there, and oh man, it's yummy.
Yeah, it's good.
It's very smooth. It's
Yes.
it's like rich.
You did good.
Yeah.
Done it good.
You're about to be in camera.
Well, Brittany's told me about this. She's been telling me I should try this. That's really good.
I'm so having another burger when we're done. I'm so having another burger when we're done. If there's any left. I can wait till we're done.
Alright. So, this is our biggest shit show ever. So, cheers. What is our
Cheers
next
To the
topic?
shit show.
I don't know.
There's literally nobody watching right now.
That's fine. Saturday
We'll
shenanigans.
pick up watches as it
Yeah,
sits
it's
on
fine.
the YouTube channel. It's
Saturday shit show shenanigans. It was a little unprepared this time. And
Yeah, no, again, seriously,
speaking
guys.
of shenanigans, I believe it was one of our commenters, maybe my brother, if I remember the name correctly, asked if I played around with an R32 in the sim, which I wasn't able to because there wasn't one at the time.
I don't.
Is
Yeah,
there-
I'll have-
is there an R32 available?
I'm sure there is.
'Cause
I found the mod page.
I was gonna say, the great thing about computer games, fucking mods.
Yeah, well, that's where
Yeah,
Sakuga
'cause-
came from. It's a mod.
There's a Bathurst mod. There's I don't know what cars are there for mods. I know there's an R34 in a set of cars.
Yeah.
You got a Ford Transit, man.
I got the Ford Transit van from the Sabine Schmidt Around the Nürburgring episode.
Look at how excited he's getting right now.
You can try for the 10 minutes around Nürburgring.
That sound there, guys, was the sound of my dick hitting the fucking underneath the table because a van,
Sabine.
6-speed diesel,
Nürburgring.
Nürburgring.
Yes.
Done. That's what I rub my shit out nightly to.
You know, I used to think I have issues, but I'm starting to think, no, not so much.
No.
Not compared to him.
Sabrina's like, what the fuck are you watching? You watching porn? No, I'm watching 24
And I
Hours
found
of
out
the Mars
they
with a
had
787B going by.
They actually have the tourist version of the Nürburgring, where when you pull out,
You have to go.
you have to pull out from the parking lot,
and go
and there's the
leave
two
through the
sets
cars.
of bollards set up.
Ah.
And the timing starts at the bridge and ends at the gantry.
So it's full on bridge to gantry method.
Yes,
Wow.
they actually have that in that game, and that's from the actual game.
So you're not limited to having to run a slow car up that long ass straight.
Right.
Not bad.
Who's going to Jumbo Air next weekend?
Is that next weekend?
Not me, because I'm having my Halloween party.
I have to work.
Well, after
I
you
actually-
work, you come here for a thing. You can still go to Jumble Lair and come to our Halloween party here afterwards
You're having
because
that next weekend?
yes,
Okay,
because
I'll be here.
that's our only weekend. Because the weekend after that we're on vacation.
And then after that, it's pretty much going to be the actual Halloween driveway party.
Yes, but I've never actually gone in October for the Jumble Lair. It's always in
we've always
in January because
Yeah, I went
when
to my
they
friend-
when they've done it in October the last 2 years, I think it's always on the weekend that we have vacation and that.
Right.
And I actually like January's a bit better because yeah, it might be sometimes a bit colder, but it's just bit colder, you get better boosts. Fucking-
And also too, everybody that's not from Florida, that's come from other states where there's snow, they're all pent up. It's like, holy crap, there's no snow, we can drive.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
And we actually made friends our second year going. Me and Sabrina made friends. We did the 2 days and that, which we always do. And we made friends with a guy that had an MK4 Super, a white one. I think you saw it last year.
Yeah.
We pointed out. Guy was from Georgia. We made friends with him. He was shooting for 180 and that. And we ended up getting a front row seat with his mom and his wife and that on Sunday because we were like eyeballing the car and all that. So there's his mom and his wife were like, hey, come sit with us and that. And we were cheering him fucking on. He did 178 and 179 and finally he hit 181 and we were fucking jumping up and down and all that shit.
If any of you
But-
have never been to a half-mile shootout, it's an awesome
amazing.
experience. to
Actually,
go
like I
to.
said, this year was the first one that I'd gone to, and it turned out to be a good one to go to because there was Speeder Rob Ferretti was having a YouTube challenge.
Yeah.
So we got to hang out and meet with Dude in Blue, David Patterson.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
a
yeah.
super nice dude.
Yo, he fucking
definitely.
amazing.
I-
Took pictures with Sabrina and because she has a wonderful crush on him.
But just an absolutely
Amazing dude. He sat there,
Cool,
told us
nice
everything
guy. Just-
about his car.
and-
Same thing with Cletus. I mean, he was.
Oh yeah, I met.
Cletus
yeah.
was busy.
Cletus and Cooper, they were busy doing stuff on
But
the
even
car.
though they were busy, we had questions. We asked them. They were working on a car. They made time to sit there and actually answer our questions. Like they still worked on the car.
And actually,
but
though, I gotta say,
answered
man,
questions.
from where Cletus's channel started just over a year ago to where it is now,
Oh,
it's
it's
just
insane.
And he's
amazing.
younger than me.
Yeah.
He just like he's
Yeah.
a shit ton younger than me, which blew my fucking mind. But like no, that's props.
He
That's
basically
not like
started
hating.
out
That's
running
just
the
full
Instagram
on
page for
props.
1320.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're super cool dudes. And,
Oh, yeah.
And
I've met
they're
Cletus
not
before. And
they're not like stuck up like what you would think.
Oh no,
they
not at all.
could- No, he
yeah.
is
Super
fucking
nice.
amazing.
And like I said, but actually, like David Patterson, he was like, sorry, I'm rambling on. I'm used to just talking to a camera, not actual people.
Oh man, like when I
and
Well, I
he,
gotta say-
and
I
he
gotta
drove
say,
his car from
he-
fucking
From
Georgia
Atlanta.
yeah.
2.5 mile shootout. Then the next day he
Went
went
to
to Daytona. Then after that went to Sebring.
Sebring.
Then drove it fucking home.
And Blue Jay-Z is, I mean, everybody
One
sees,
of the cleanest 240s. I've
everybody
ever
sees
seen.
these S13s and S14s that are just zip tied together and beat all to hell.
That car.
Not this car. That thing is, the videos don't show how nice that
Yeah.
car is.
So speaking of jumbo air and half-mile shootouts, Chris and I both want to share this. I don't know if we told you guys yet, but we got a new coworker at our employment establishment.
No.
And he is building a car specifically for half-mile shootouts, and he moved up here and chose this area specifically to be close to jumbo air for the event. And I'm gonna when we say what it is, you're gonna be
Is
like,
it a C5?
yeah, it's a twin turbo C5 vet, but there's a but. He has been he's he's in his like late 50s, I think. He's a little older than all of us and everything, and
Not much older than me.
but
Old Man
he was a
River.
big old school guy, and he
Yeah.
got into doing custom fabrication and fiberglass work and everything, and he built these really cool like wide body C3s and stuff like that. And he got a C5 because he
So
wanted.
kind of in a similar style to like the Greenwood Corvettes from the 70s.
Right. And he
Yeah.
wanted to get into newer
Nice
vets
call.
and get into the whole LS field, so he picked up a C5 convertible, and he has completely custom fabricated his own fully reinforced hardtop and everything for it. This car is 100% custom. It's got twin rear mounts on it. It even has custom that look good vents that are shaped up into the body to cool the turbos.
Really?
It's got Toyota Celica headlights that are fabbed in to look like C6 headlights, and it doesn't look like shoddy and ghetto.
Oh,
It's-
that's the last generation angular cell.
Yeah,
Ooh, okay.
yeah, and it looks proper, and he's building this car specifically for jumbo air, and if I'm not mistaken, he just got it running recently off wastegate pressure. He's waiting for some boost controllers to come in. It's a fully forged LS with the twin, I think they're Garrett 88s on it, and he's shooting for over 1,000 with it.
Yeah.
And like his last vet he had, he showed me pictures of it. Was at the last big Corvette Fest. It was a red C3 Stingray convertible, full wide body custom, and the car was gorgeous. He builds some insanely beautiful cars.
If you Google Pro Touring Corvette, his is like the third or fourth car that shows up. And it's his.
And there he goes.
Yeah, he built some really neat cars, and I'm really excited to see him run when that car gets done. And he's really excited to get it done as well. He was contemplating actually this
Which one?
week. On taking, yeah, that one right there, isn't it?
No, that's not it. It's that one. No. It's a red one. I know it is. Just don't remember which one it was.
Was it a C3?
I think it was a C3.
I think it was. I can't remember which one it
Well,
was.
here, hold on. I'll do
But,
C3.
He was contemplating on taking the body off this week and just running it, like he said, running it Cletus style. So,
And it was red, you said?
yeah, it was red. We'll see what he does, but, oh! The company, what the hell?
Which one was it, Daniel?
Mitsuoka, maybe.
That one right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
That's it.
That's the car.
That's the last car he built.
Yeah.
Let's see. Smarter.
It was a magazine car. It went into.
Gotta be smarter.
It was our hot rod.
Gotta be smarter than the phone, Mike. Ooh.
Yeah. And he built that all by himself, by hand.
The comment he made to me was when he first got into cars, he was trying to get stuff done by other people, and it would come out wrong, so he'd say, screw it,
Was he
I'll do it
from
myself.
Ohio? Oh, Iowa. Gary?
Terry.
His name's Terry.
Terry
this-
Garner.
This guy's name is Gary.
He sold it to someone.
Yeah. Might be the guy he sold it to.
Okay. Well, it is fucking beautiful, and it's fucking beautiful.
He's a nice guy, too. I really like working with him.
But,
I'm gonna be that guy and say, unless it's right-hand drive with the weird opposite-facing hook screws from Corvette Summer, not a proper C3.
I don't remember the name of the company. It's Mit something. They're out of Japan. They're building 50 Miatas that are
I've seen
Yes!
that. I've
Aren't
seen
those
that.
amazing?
It's amazing that they got the
They're-
C2 proportions to fit on a Miata shell.
Oh,
On a Miata
they
wheel.
look so awesome. They're gonna build 50
What is
of
this
them.
now?
It's Mitsuoka
Yeah.
maybe. I can't remember the proper pronunciation or how you spell it. It's Mit something. But just look up Corvette Miata. It'll be one of the first things to pop up on Jalopnik.
Yeah, Jalopnik was where I first saw it.
Yeah, and I saw that, and I give props to those.
Mitsuoka.
Yeah. That car.
Wow.
You guys should take a look at that car, the Mitsuoka Miata. That thing
Wow.
is so freaking neat. It's gonna be
The only thing is the roof line's too low.
yeah, because it's
That's
a
it.
Miata roof.
C2 Stingray on a Miata.
That's
works,
cool.
I mean, that works way better than you thought it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone... Yeah, this is... I picked up pictures from
cool.
Motor1.com. Yeah.
I like
think
that.
It's gonna be super, super, super neat.
Yes.
What else?
So, a couple of cars that we saw at the car show. First off, the Ocala Modern Muscle cars, those
Yes.
Cobras.
With Coyotes.
Oh, I would love to build one of those.
You know, I every time, because we had a guy in our club that had a Factory 5 Cobra with a badass Ford Racing Ford Performance motor that also had Kazi cannon valve heads and dual quads,
was
things
that?
made like Russ's.
Well,
Thing made
that
like-
was a full-on 363 dart block that was bored out to a 393.
Yeah, that was the Ford Racing 393 Sportsman with Kazi cannon valve heads. The thing made 600 horsepower
Yeah.
naturally aspirated.
That was
I
the
never
only
went-
time in my life that I have fully thought I was gonna die. Not like, oh god, this car's fast, I'm gonna die. I literally thought I was gonna die to the point where when I got back, I got on the ground and laid down and was like, I'm done. I can't drive. Like, I could not
I never
drive
went
for
from
an
riding
hour.
that car because of side pipes. I cannot figure out how to get in and out of one of those things without burning my legs.
Same here.
Again.
Same here. No, well, not
I remember, all I remember was middle of the night, going down Homosexual Trail, going from a dead stop, first gear, completely dark, headlights, road, trees, second gear, road, trees, third gear, road, trees, road, please let it go forward, please let it go forward, Russ, you need to stop, I want to go back,
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
I seriously
here's the
was
thing, though.
scared. That thing was
When
amazing,
that
but
dude drives
scary.
a manual car, he shifts it like he's angry at that transmission for kicking his dog
That-
and banging his wife.
The shifter started out straight. It ended bent.
That's how you drive that car.
One of my buddies, Tino,
Yeah,
is
You don't
like
drive that car. You wrestle it into
He also
submission.
flipped a car.
that. One of
Yeah, his nickname is Flip now, so.
Because he also flipped a car in the front yard. So.
one of my buddies, Tino's like that. I'm pretty sure he's an alien because I missed out on a chance to meet him, but he builds some really awesome Mazda Proteges and MX3s and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure that, like I said, he's an alien because him shifting first to second is quicker than a dual clutch automatic.
So it's basically Cletus shifting.
I don't know how he does
Yeah,
it.
fucking automatic, 4 runs in a fucking row, same goddamn time.
And like the last video,
Good for you,
he posted
Cletus. That was
something on
fucking
Facebook like, "This is how you break a transmission." He's doing pulls on the highway in Connecticut, and it's all those. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing right now?
That wasn't Connecticut, that was Mexico.
Yeah. I will say though, but because this was also when I was in high school, when they would go away and I would watch their house and cat sit for them. Everybody else, he could leave the keys there. He could not leave the keys for the Cobra when I was there because I was one of the few that knew how to start that car because there was a hidden spot you needed to put a key to turn it on the fuel pump.
Yeah.
I was the only one. I figured that out, and once he realized I figured that out, those keys didn't stay in the house anymore. He's like, "You figured that out. I ain't leaving this shit. I'm not gonna take it. I ain't fucking leaving this
He
shit."
counts the mileage whenever he leaves.
Yeah,
That was a fun car. I wish I would have been able to drive it, but just being able to ride in it with him doing rush shit
Driving angry.
was. I mean,
I
and
rode-
even
I-
the 67.
I
I
rode
rode
with him
in the
I rode with him
67.
in the 67, and I rode with him in the Fox body. And both of those cars, it's like that shifter kicked his dog, slept with his wife, and shit on his front porch, and he was angry at it.
We
Pull the
mean this
shifter
in the
off.
best way, Russ, because seriously, you are a god when it comes to that shit. You are fucking amazing.
You're actually kind of a maniac.
Yes, you are a
It was
maniac.
fun.
But we love
You're a
you,
maniac.
but holy shit. Holy shit.
Flip.
Yes.
Those Cobras, man. Those are. I would.
See, I would have gone for the one with the 427 in it though. I
Same here.
love the fact that they're doing, the coyote swaps in them and all that, and it's, instant turnkey. You know it's gonna start up. It's gonna idle perfectly. It's gonna idle straight at 800 RPMs. All this shit. Blah 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 blah.
But 427.
But yeah,
They sound. It's just the sound. It's
Right,
exactly.
visual
That's the engine that was meant to be in that car.
it's one of the fucking fire, by the way.
Do it.
movie in continuity. Oh,
Jesus
Sorry.
fucking Christ! Is Lemmy up here?
Just
No, that was
just
me.
tuned in and fire? What?
Is this too much, by the way?
I don't know. Just tuned in and fire. Somebody commented.
okay, we're back. Okay, so I mentioned the Ken Miles Flip Top Cobra, the Flip Top Special. I'm not going to show you guys because I want you guys to look this thing up. I'm going to show them.
Ah. Yep.
Yes.
What? Wow.
Okay, if
This
y'all are as much as car
Yeah,
nerds,
so this,
people,
so this right here.
this is jack off material right there.
That's car porn.
Carport. Where's the chassis number
Yeah.
on this? And that might make it easier for people to look up.
Oh, by the way, that Escort Cosworth on Bring a Trailer didn't meet reserve.
What did it end at?
I didn't see what it ended at, but reserve was 40K and it didn't hit it.
Have we told y'all that we know where a actual 2-liter Cosworth out of a Sierra
Yeah.
is?
Yeah,
At Rust-
yeah,
at
you showed
Rusty
me the
shop,
pictures.
Yeah, I have pictures of this engine.
Yeah.
I don't even have a car to put it in, and I so want that engine.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
S10.
Okay.
Shit, I put that in the
Put it
86.
in the S10.
I put it in fucking
Actually,
86.
Brett told me I should put it in my car.
I seriously, like that.
Okay, let's see if I can find a chassis number on this car.
That would be great.
Well, while you're doing that, that just reminded me of something that I might as well just say,
Oh.
because
CSX 2196. Look up that car.
CXS.
CSX 2196.
Yes.
10 miles flip top Cobra. It's the only big block loose spring car ever built.
So, I know this is a horribly boring episode, so I'm about to throw something in here.
Hey, we got 4 people watching now.
What?
Hey, here we go.
Hey guys.
It's Will.
Hey, Will.
Hello.
Thank you, Will. It's a boring episode because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
He
So,
just tuned in and fire.
yes. What is the prettiest engine you think of?
Oh,
Just looking at the motor, basically. So not necessarily on a stand.
But in an engine bay,
you open a hood, and it's in an engine bay.
I know where you're going with this.
Because I will like to start it off so that way no one steals my thunder.
I know where you're going with this, and I'm not going to choose that. I love it,
Yes.
but me, amongst of us anyway, I am the resident old guy.
Yeah.
My choice is going to be significantly older.
I gotta go with a first generation show. You pop that hood and you see the
runners.
fucking runners
Split-
from that
just
fucking
split
Yamaha
plenum,
Cosworth shit.
Single throttle body, split plenum, and crossing runners going down.
That
It's
right
amazing.
there. Now, it's not necessarily like out of the car the prettiest engine, but when you open that hood and just looking down onto the motor,
looking at that, you're just like, what is that?
it is fucking beautiful. Like, and we actually had this conversation today with the guy that has a rabbit end of show.
Yeah.
We were like, that motor
Is awesome.
just opening up the hood and looking at
It's
that,
amazing.
you're like, that's something.
That's
That's
the style.
special.
That's the style intake Ford should have put on the 3.7
Yes.
things. Because
Yes.
especially the S550s, because it would have looked amazing.
Yes.
And probably sounded amazing with the intake runner.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, and that motor is, I mean, fuck 3-liter Yamaha Cosworth motor that was out of a fucking boat that was, whoo, whoo.
I'm gonna
So-
need to borrow your phone because I can't remember the model of the one I want to
for
do.
it.
So y'all can keep going.
Yeah.
What's your prettiest engine?
Mm.
Like I said, it doesn't have to be on a stand, but just
Yeah,
something
just,
when you open
just
up the hood,
you
see
open
it,
a hood
you
and
see
you
it between the
look.
fenders, and you're like, wow. Like pretty, not wow because it's badass, but just aesthetically pleasing.
The S30B38 out of the E34 M5.
Mhm.
You pop the hood, and there are 6 individual throttle bodies.
Wait, what'd you say? I missed it.
The S30B38 out of the E34
Oh,
M3s.
yeah.
Which it literally was a racing engine
D2.
that they went, turn that down a little bit, and all right, production car.
I think we're good right now.
We're good right
Yes,
now.
thank you.
Thank you, though.
They legit put a racing engine in.
You and I are sort of on the same page, and after we get through his, you'll
Yeah.
see where I'm coming from.
It's just you pop it, and there's the throttle bodies all lined up in a row. Everything's in place, a place for everything,
Yeah.
and everything in its
Yeah.
place. You know, there's a race engine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
I got a
Alright.
second one once everybody's done too.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
The Renault R5 Turbo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yes.
When you open up the back of the car,
and it's just
and
yes.
that motor is just beautifully placed. It's just a seamless looking. Everything flows,
Mm-hmm.
and it's perfectly positioned. It's beautiful to look at, and when
Like
you
his,
look
like
at
his description, place for everything and everything in its
Yeah.
place.
and when you look at that, you know that
There was
motherfucker
one of
means
those.
business.
There was one of those on Bring a Trailer a couple weeks ago.
I know, and I just it reminded me. I couldn't remember if it was the R5 or not, and I'm pretty
That's
sure.
the ultimate car that will kill you.
And by the way,
Yes.
by the way, Renault. Say it with me.
Renault.
Renault.
It's not Renault.
It's not Renault. If you say Renault, I will denozo fucking slap you.
It is
Renault.
So we have
Renault.
the same problem every customer appreciation night. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only fucking person.
Renault.
Renault. The T is silent.
Because it's French.
Yes. Like my last name does not have a fucking G in it. It's a Q. Fucking MCA.
That's like
Hagwin.
Nice one.
Fucking wrote that 5 times on the goddamn email and you still spell my name wrong.
Agwin.
He's the Pagman.
He's the Bagwin.
Seriously, 5 fucking times my name was
If
on
you ever
that
become a
thing.
supervillain, you have to be the Pagman.
No, that
It's like the short off-key version of the Penguin.
Emphasis on short.
I see what you did there.
Don't worry, I'm a grown man shower. He was talking about Hurricane Michael and all that shit at dinner on what was it, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Or whatnot. I
Yeah,
had
we figured
him
with a name like
basically.
Michael, it was going to be a small storm, but no, someone put platform boots on him.
Yeah, and so I leaned over and I'm like, no, it's okay, I'm a grower, not a shower. He nearly spat his fucking food out across the table. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And no one realized what he was laughing at. And
Yeah, I was just, and I couldn't tell anybody. I'm just like, I'm dead.
yeah,
I'm dead.
yeah. So, but okay, so
Your
what
motor,
is yours?
yeah.
My motor. Well, like I said, he went with the BMW motor. He was going with an inline 6, and me being the older guy, I'm going with an older inline 6.
I know what
And
it
I
is.
do have a second. I do have a second
Is
choice.
it L28?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Older still.
Ooh.
I think I might.
Post-war racing engine.
I might know. I might know.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Jaguars.
Thank you.
XK.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
I
Oh.
mean, they don't lean like the L series, the R series, or his S series BMW engines. They sit straight the way they should. But there's just something about that engine, that cylinder head, the valley between the cam
Yes.
covers, the Webers, or if you do want this injected, it's individual throttle bodies. That engine is aesthetically
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
It really
Well,
and
is.
it doesn't. If you see it in E-Type,
I was
C-Type,
gonna say,
D-Type, XKSS,
E-Type,
XK140, or even the big 4-door saloons, it doesn't matter. You raise that bonnet and you
And
see
it looks
that
beautiful.
big six,
that,
that 3.8 liter masterpiece looks amazing.
I'm gonna build onto that because that is one of my all-time. Just if you say what is the most beautiful car you could ever think of, an E-Type. Just
Enzo-
with the front of the whole clamshell open in the front, just show. I mean, that one guy.
Enzo Ferrari himself called that the most beautiful car ever designed.
It's one of those that like there was a guy up at Cruisers that had one, and it's that silver one.
Yes,
It's fucking beautiful. The first time I saw it there,
it was a series 1.5.
I
So
spent.
it does have covered headlights with a slight drop floorboards.
Right.
I
So you got more
spent
footroom.
30 minutes just staring
Oh, yeah.
at it.
Oh.
And I finally talked to the guy, and he's like, I didn't expect someone your age to appreciate this. And I'm like, you don't realize this is the most beautiful car ever made. No matter what anybody says, that is the most
I
beautiful
got
car.
I got a cruiser's reaction to kind of top that.
What's that?
I walked by a car and I looked at it, and I didn't get to the side of it to see what the badging is. I'm kind of staring at it. And I look at the guy. I was like, "Is that a TVR?" He was like, "Yes, it is a TVR."
That TVR6, the red one?
Yeah, no, the 2500M with the 302 swap.
Yep.
Yeah, I've
Red
seen
one.
that car.
I was like, "Is that a T?" I'm like, "That's a TVR, isn't it?" He was like, "Well, yes, that is a TVR."
You know.
He was amazed that somebody knew it was a
Well,
TVR.
there's also that TVR6 that comes up there
Yeah.
that's not swapped, it's full TVR, the convertible, the red
Yeah.
one.
Well, this was the 2500M coupe, so this was the fixed roof car.
Right.
But it had a Ford 302 swapped in it, and it fit in there beautifully. But it was just the look on the guy's face, and I was like, "Is that a TVR?" And he
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
and that's the best thing is going up to cruisers. Every once in a while, there are
Weird
some
shit shows
weird
up.
shit that no one really pays attention to, but we'll be like, "Holy fuck, it's a goddamn
I've never
TV.
seen one."
It's a fucking TVR6," and everybody's like, "Arr." I'm like, "No, it's a fucking
no.
TVR6, man."
Remember, I was up there the one time, and I found the Triumph Stag and sent you pictures.
Yes. Oh, and I've
Triumph,
seen
a
that
legit Triumph
driven around.
Stag. And another one was a I forgot the exact model number, but there was actually a Jensen up there one time.
No,
Oh,
the no, I don't
Every-
know if anybody knows about the TVR Stag. It's basically a rust bucket.
The Triumph Stag.
Triumph Stag. It's a rust bucket because that's how they came from the factory. To find one in the United States that is still running under its own power and roadworthy.
It's more rare than his 8.6 running under its own
Yes.
power.
There was one that was sitting in front of Tropical Tent rotting for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was
But
not that car.
no.
Yeah,
This
Was an actual. It was the silver one, right? Goddamn fucking Lemmy.
yeah. The one in front of Tropical was
Come on, dude.
forest green,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that sat rotting for a long time. But all his stuff's been cleaned up. Like I don't know if it's the same guy that owns it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know either.
All that stuff got cleaned up. and
Sorry,
moved.
guys. My dog knows how to open up the door because he likes to hang out with us.
He's also large enough too. So.
Yeah.
He is.
Sit down, buddy.
Okay, second engine.
Second engine, it's got to be the V12 out of Countach. You open up the
Yeah.
fucking back of a
Oh,
Countach
bro.
and just the look
Oh,
of it,
yeah.
and it's like the video, the picture that's going around Facebook where it has the black Countach with the actual V12 and the transmission sitting outside the car, like
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. And it really is. They basically designed that car around that fucking motor type deal. But again,
Interestingly enough, that was pretty much like similar to the V12 that was used in the Mura, which was actually set in transverse.
Mm-hmm.
yes, but it's still just seeing that with the carburetor. I mean, and even not even the fuel injected one, like the early ones with just the carburetor, and it's just you see that and you go, It might not be the most powerful engine, but that is gonna have the best sound and
just thought of
just
something
oh,
good.
what?
I
You
just
have,
thought
you
of
have a second engine?
Not an engine. I just thought of something good though that everybody's gonna like. This is gonna just rattle all y'all. I don't know if any
Come
of
up,
you.
come up with a second engine, because I got one too.
Well, shit. I'll come up with one. Well,
Second
do it
engine,
real quick.
second
Second most beautiful engine.
The Ferrari H12. And the old carburetor that had the
Yes.
the triple what
Yes.
that had triple 3 barrels on them.
Yeah,
I
and
believe?
I think they were Webbers.
triple,
Yeah.
triple Weber
Yeah.
3 barrels and that H12. Like looking at that flat motor and
But
the
it's
sound.
beautiful.
It is. It's so neat in the sound they create.
And that's also a thing with like the sound running off of that. They don't, even the highly like engineered engines, they don't got the sounds like they used
There's
to.
no soul.
Yeah, it's
No.
one of those like they program it to sound like the F-Type, the V6 in the F-Type. I like so much better than the V8 in the F-Type. I love the power in the V8.
No, but the
but the
V6 is one of the
V6
best sounding V6s
Oh,
out
yes,
right
that
now.
is one of the
It
best
is.
sounding ones. But it's still, it's amazing sounding, but it doesn't have
Soul.
soul to it. It
Yeah.
sounds great,
It doesn't
but
sound
it
alive.
doesn't.
Because it's baffled and suppressed with a
Exactly,
catalyst.
it's
and
made to sound like that. It's one of those old engines like that
Those
H12.
old engines, they just made the engine run to achieve a performance goal, and they sounded like they sounded.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I'm like same thing with the Cosworth motors. They weren't made to sound like that.
No,
they were just
they just
made to
happened to.
run amazingly,
Exactly.
and they sound amazing.
I mean, it's just like the EcoBoost. The EcoBoost motors are the pinnacle of sound technology. They sound fucking terrible.
Yes, exactly.
They sound like dog farts.
And I own one. It fucking sounds terrible, and I'm
I-
so happy that like amazing. I'm not bashing the motors. The motors are fucking some of the best 4-cylinder motors you can buy, but it fucking sounds horrible. Come on,
I came
guys.
across a dude with a Fiesta ST, same color as yours the other day, and like when I drove past him, he hit launch control.
No, I will say that the 1.6s and the Fiestas sound so much better than any other EcoBoost motor.
They
those
do. They do.
those are the best sounding EcoBoost.
But that's
motors.
really not saying.
No, that's not saying a lot, but it's one of those that they just those are the best sounding. So sorry to sidetrack,
Okay.
Chris. Go ahead.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Okay, so Brian, go ahead.
Well, again, this is me being old guy and me having this weird fascination with post-war European sports cars. It's the Colombo Series Ferrari V12s.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're symmetrical. They're compact. 6 Weber sitting right down the middle of them.
Yep.
Overhead cams, especially the Testarossa motors, the red head engines with the red cam covers.
Yeah.
They just look amazing, and they make an unreal sound.
Yeah.
It's the
I
sound
could go on
that
about
comes out of it.
beautiful engines all day. I thought of it. Lotus Esprit V8, the twin turbo V8.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
What you got?
I can't find the car, so I don't know the name of it. But I saw this car in an old, like, classic cars book, and it was a 30s type car, and I was looking for it because one version of Cruella de Vil's car from the cartoons,
The Bugatti.
Type 31, but
yes.
that's not quite it. This was a different car, and I cannot remember the name of this car now.
Was it a
But
Morton?
when you looked at it from the side profile, you saw the headers come out of the side of the car.
Was it the Type 57 Atlantic Coupe?
Maybe.
Hold on.
I'll look it up. Hold on.
I got it right now. Type
Yeah.
57
But
in Atlantic.
Hood closed, car sealed up. You saw the exhaust coming out
Yes.
the
Yes.
side.
Hold on. Take.
Oh, by the way,
Type-
anybody who does watch this now or later on, Bugatti's Tipo 57 Atlantic Coupe is an absolute masterpiece of visual desigin.
It
It's
really is.
amazing.
What are you hunting, Lemmy? You see
Lizards.
something.
Lizards.
He's been trying to get it for a while.
It's lizards. That's what he does. He dumb.
That might be it. Can't tell for sure. No, that doesn't have exposed exhaust. That's a beautiful car, though. God damn.
Told you.
Like,
Was it a Duesenberg?
maybe?
Probably
Yeah,
a
a lot of-
And,
lot
and
of
see,
Duesenbergs
that's the
actually.
thing with like
Yeah,
those
Duesenbergs had the
those
exposed pipes hanging out.
30s,
Yeah.
the 30s like rich cars and that like the Bugattis. The
That's what this was.
Duesenbergs.
It was one of those
Yeah,
real
and
high-end
those
career
are
cars.
just amazing
I'm
because
thinking-
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
The
Right, I found
Duesenberg?
it. The Duesenberg.
Ah, yes.
which one is it? Oh,
Whatever
yes.
that is.
Yeah.
That is it.
Is that
with those
is-
exposed
But see,
exhaust
with the
headers
thing with
coming
that,
out.
that's a
is that
straight
the,
8.
That's a 35 SJ Legrande.
That's
Yeah,
a
okay.
straight 8,
Dual
right?
cal
Yeah,
Phaeton.
straight
Yeah,
eight.
straight 8.
That's
Straight eight.
awesome.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. It's
Phantom.
just those
Phantom?
those straight 8s. The sound they make
God.
is it's basically like take a straight 6 and put it on put 2 fucking cylinders on it, but like put it on fucking steroids. They are like so smooth. So like you know how smooth a straight 6 runs because of their
They're just a naturally
proportion.
balanced
That,
engine.
do that with their straight 8. It's naturally balanced. They have great sound. You don't get peak horsepower, but you get so much fucking torque from those motors, and they are perfect for those big boats that they were. And they look amazing. They
Yep.
fucking look
That,
amazing.
but those exposed exhaust
Exactly,
pipes coming
yeah.
out.
Well,
there
the,
was
the
something
whole
about
car
that car
on
that was
itself.
just
The whole car on itself is just
Right.
fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
like you don't even have to pop the hood for that engine to be beautiful
No.
though. That's what I loved about that.
Yes.
That's why I was saying that's the car that there's just something regal about it. There's something. What's the word I'm looking for?
Elegant.
Elegant, yes.
Yep.
Something very
just
elegant
fucking
about
elegant,
that.
that's
Everything
it.
about that was
Yes.
elegant.
Yes.
So I want to throw out a build. I know YouTube may have seen pictures floating around on Facebook. You may have seen pictures floating around the internet of it.
Is it
even.
the LS swap lawnmower?
Yeah.
We were talking about this
thought about
today.
that
We
today.
were fucking talking about this today.
I'd like to throw a shout out to Ryan Stankey over at Stankey's Garage, and that's STANDKE.
Is that local?
No, he's not.
Okay.
But Stankey's Garage, you can find him on YouTube and follow his build. This is actually a really neat car. These guys have only seen one picture of it. You may have seen. Have you seen any pictures of a transverse mounted LS Turbo Acura RSX?
Yes.
No,
yes.
I have not.
I've seen
Yes.
one
The blue
picture
one.
of it, yeah.
The
It's
blue
the
one.
blue one. Okay. So you guys have seen this car, right? So this guy Ryan has got this absolutely fucking insane idea to put an LS transversely mounted with a big slug on it in a blue Acura RSX.
RSX.
But wait, there's more. Yeah, if you just look up Ryan Stankey.
Seriously, and that's not photoshopped. That's not photoshopped.
Okay, yeah, just look up Ryan Stankey. You'll
What
find
the
pictures.
shit?
Just
No.
look up LS swapped RSX.
But here's
First
the
photos.
deal, guys, and like I don't know.
And that's real. Like
Well,
it's not photoshopped.
Like I said, but wait, there's more. So he is building this thing to be extremely unique and different. He got sparked by the idea quite a while back, and he's just been working on this thing.
What in the actual fuck?
And see, but this is an LS swap that I'm okay with because it's not in your typical thing. Like this, seriously, dude, you're yes.
It's not just an LS. It's twins.
Oh my God, they're
He has got an LS turbo in the front, transversely mounted, and a turbo LS in the rear,
oh my
That's
God.
transverse mounted.
That's like that Volkswagen Golf
Yes.
that was on
With the
1320
twin
with
VR6s.
Yes.
twin VR6s.
It was
And
the VR12. The
so,
VR12.
So that's
that
what
guy was.
he's currently got the LS mounted in the back of the car, and he's getting the he's getting everything done with like the subframe work and everything. But that is going to be a full blown half mile to full mile twin LS twin turbo, insanely done vehicle. And I give Ryan, if you get around to ever seeing this, I give you mad props, dude. That project is insane. It's totally different. So many people give him flack over this shit, but that is one of the
That
most
shit there is better than
unique
the squirrel
and
turd.
cool builds ever. To even do it front wheel drive, like whatever sparked the idea in his mind to go, hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a fucking LS in this, and then hey, I'm gonna put 2 in it. Why not? And
If you've got the skills to put 2 LSs into a Honda, you don't need to care
Yeah.
what anybody
No,
else has to
it-
say
it's
about
one.
it.
It's
Fuck 'em
seriously.
all.
It's
Dude,
I got
seriously.
one for you guys. I got a question for you guys. I figure
We're
we're
close.
close.
we're close.
We're gonna close this out. I saw this question posed on Jalopnik about a week ago, and it was kind of in between our episodes, but I thought it was one that it would probably be cool for discussion to see where you guys are sitting. And so I did not read in the comment section to see what people said. So I just want to throw that. What front-wheel drive car do you wish was built rear-wheel drive? from the back?
Oh my God.
Oh
Oh.
wow, that's insane.
That's nuttier than a squirrel turd.
That's the rear one.
Yeah.
Front wheel drive car that should.
Oh, that's it.
That's the one that's in the
Yeah,
back.
but the thing from Les.
But
That
the front-wheel
it's a
drive car that
wonderful
you
airboat
wish had
video.
been
Watch it
rear-wheel
really quick.
drive.
It's 10 seconds. Watch it.
I guess we need to watch this video real quick.
Yeah, Les just sent this to us.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I think I already know what this is. Or wait.
It's an airboat one.
So, front-wheel drive car you wish had been built rear-wheel drive. Not one that should have been built, but one that you think you would have liked to have seen built just because you like the way the car looks or whatever.
He's no good. I'm not on Wi-Fi, is why.
We'll watch it later. I have an idea for mine, and I'm honestly not sure if my idea for this one would surprise you guys or not.
I gotta say the Tiburon.
Well,
That
that's
is where
Genesis.
I was gonna
You
go.
know, honestly, the Tiburon to me, it looks like they stole so many styling cues from a Ferrari 456.
That's
Which was rear-wheel
I never
drive.
thought of that.
it's one of those where, yes, they finally made up for it with the Genesis, but especially the second gen, like the post facelift, it should have just been rear-wheel drive. It would have been same motor and all that, but just rear-wheel drive. I think that would have been a top-notch
Like
car.
I said, so it's called a Genesis.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
I know.
that's what comes to mind.
That was one of the first ones that popped into my
Yeah.
head. I have another one, but the Genesis or the Tiburon was definitely should have been a rear-wheel drive
Yes.
car.
Definitely.
Especially when you had a 2.7 liter V6 with
Yes.
a 6-speed trans.
Yes.
Rear-wheel drive.
Exactly.
Come
And
on.
it actually sounded good. When it was uncorked, it actually sounded
Oh, definitely.
decent. It
Those were
sounded
actually
decent.
fairly quick.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
mine's going to be a transverse mounted V6 as well.
So this is a car that I actually thought was rear-wheel drive when I first saw them, and had to actually look it up and be like, "Wow, it's only front-wheel drive. That sucks." The Toyota Solara,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. The
Two-door
Two-door
coupe,
Camry.
two-door Camry, but I mean it's two-door coupe. It's supposed to be rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
That's sports car, rear-wheel drive. Just front engine,
Yeah.
back wheels turning. That's how that works.
Yeah, I agree on that wholeheartedly. Mazda MX-6/Ford Probe.
Yeah.
Stole my thunder.
Sorry.
Second gen Probe was
Sorry,
mine.
yeah, second gen Probe. I had 3 of those. I had 2 black Probe
Yeah.
GTs and a white. It's me about something I have for sale.
Have we done
Yeah,
a
what?
money no object? What car would you buy?
No.
Topic yet?
That
What?
can be
Well,
next
We're
time.
gonna tease
Well,
that
yeah.
for next
Yeah.
time then.
Okay, so are we back up?
Yeah, we're back up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we're live.
We're live-ish.
Live-ish.
Uh,
Ah,
That-
we're
there
back.
we go.
Hey,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
We're good.
so I am, we're closing it up, so I just want to talk about a local charity to us that has just, organization that has just started up that I got told I should talk about, and we all love animals here, so it's one of those where I figured y'all would like this. The charity company is called Doodlebug. It is Doodlebug Dog Ranch Inc. They are battle buddies for life. What it is it is a organization that trains service dogs for vets. And this is their mission statement. Is our goal is to help train service dogs for people in need and make it affordable for them to have service dogs. We would like to specialize in helping disabled veterans get paired up and trained for their disabilities, since veterans have already paid the price for our country, in which we will never charge them for their service dogs or training. We have an amazing trainer that is helping us with our service dog training. We continue to raise money to be able to train any service dog that we place in any future training.
That's awesome.
They are actually out of Homosassa, and they're doing greatness of making it to where any veteran that needs a service dog, whether for PTSD, any vision, hearing impaired, or anything like that, they're taking the dogs, getting them through the training, getting them paired up to where they're able to give them to a veteran, and
That's
that
awesome.
to whether
That is
it's
awesome.
little
That's
to no
great.
cost to them.
Hey,
And it's one of those where we all love dogs. We support our veterans 100%, and
yeah.
Full close.
we normally don't like plug places and stuff like that, but it was something that is just starting up, and we support them 100%. So look them
Because
look
doggos
them
are
up.
awesome.
Yeah, dogs are awesome.
As a matter of fact, after the video gets fully published, I'll put the link for
Okay, and
that in the
I can
description so
send
you
you
guys can
everything
go
in
check
that.
it out.
Yes.
But I believe Brian is going to close us out for the night.
Well, I'm going to get back on car topic. I'm going to do something that we did last time, and I have a Bring a Trailer auction that has closed. This is a car that did not have a reserve, or it either met or surpassed its reserve, so this car did sell. I want you guys to guess what it went for.
Ooh.
I'm drinking the rest of this.
There you go.
We have a 1992 Lancia Delta Integrale Evo 1.
Oh! Oh!
Let me bring up some specs
hold
for you
on.
here, see
Hold
what
on.
this thing says.
There you
Yeah.
go, baby.
Okay, so this particular example shows 98,300 kilometers, plus minus 61,000 miles shown. Turbocharged 2-liter 4, 5-speed, all-wheel drive, recently imported from Japan.
Is it red?
Red. Momo steering wheel, short shift kit, electronic boost controller, turbo timer, coilovers, Evo 2 wheels and tires, recent service receipts, import-export documentation, and it was a private party sale. What do y'all think that this car went for?
$47,378.
That's so specific.
You're gonna go prices right and go like $1
Seriously,
more.
right? No. I'm going to say 68.5.
See, I was gonna say plus 60, so I'm gonna go with 78.
Oh, we have an off-camera heckler who's throwing faces at us. What are you thinking?
Jason, and he's actually gone around to Nürburgring 3 times.
Like 12 to 15 times.
He has been around Nürburgring.
He's lived the dream.
He has lived it.
Yep.
What
And
did
it
you
all
drive?
BMWs.
What did you?
I had a 80,
Here, hold on. Come on camera. Come on camera. Come on camera.
87 325 IS with the M.
Here,
Suspension.
come behind
You
us.
kidding
Come
me?
behind
He's
us.
lived the dream.
Here, come
And,
behind us so you're actually on camera.
And a 99 323 with a sport package.
He's lived my dream. He's driven
He
an
has.
E30 around the fucking
and
ring.
the best thing is,
you know what?
he has.
He also beat me at the drag strip, so I just hate him just a little bit more.
He has
video.
He has all this shit on VHS. Even better.
On VHS.
Even fucking better.
Okay.
Clips on my phone, but
All right, so Mr. Nürburgring guy, what do you think our Delta Integrale went for?
82.
I'm actually impressed with how high some of you guys are, and Mikey was actually the closest.
Yeah.
52 grand dead.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
I was close.
Nice.
Behold the beauty that is rally
I'm
car.
surprised
that
how
is-
low that was.
That's one of those things that, like, if you told me I had to drive a hatchback for the rest of my life, it'd
That's
be one
it.
of those all
That's
day.
it.
All day.
It's one of those.
Behold its beauty.
Yes.
Ugh.
Though those cars, anything that is slightly associated with anything rally or Group B,
Yeah.
done.
Right.
Buy me right now. I will. Yes.
Here,
yes.
take my money.
Yes. Take
Yeah.
my money. Take. You can cut my dick off, and I will buy. Like, yes. Hey, do you want this car or be dickless? I'll have that car.
Right.
I'll have that car.
So I think we'll tease for next time.
Yeah.
I have a great topic for next time, so you guys will have lots of time to think about this.
Good.
So this is
Because I won't be
your
here.
okay. You've got fuck you money. You just won the lottery for some absurd amount of money. $500 million. You have fuck you money. What's the first car you go buy?
Can I say
No,
my? I'm
next
not
time.
gonna. I'm not gonna be here next time.
Oh, okay.
I'm on vacation, so can I say mine now?
Go
then?
for
Yeah, make it.
86 RS 500 Cosworth Sierra.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
And it's not considered like Regatta Blue, but the blue that it comes in is exactly the same as what the Fox Body's light Regatta Blue is. That right there,
Okay.
right there,
I'm
done.
having a hard time finding his logic on that.
Done.
I see where it's coming from.
That is one of my favorite cars. Money no option.
Although
Done.
I do have to say that it was my favorite car that just, basically destroyed it in Australia touring car.
Yeah, well, fuck
series.
you. But still, it's that right there.
But
that is
I
my-
gotta say, my favorite car is not my all-time just FU money.
Yeah, no, that is my FU money. Like, it is that's it. 86 to 87 RS 500 Sierra Cosworth. It's got to be the 4i. Done.
Done.
Well, thank you everyone for watching and for watching
Yes.
in said future.
Yes,
Yeah,
sorry about
we-
the shit show.
Yeah, we
because
didn't do
really
so
did.
well this
We
time.
really
we
feel-
definitely had a shit show.
We are shot. As you can tell by our wonderful sunburned faces and my lips, that probably.
All right, everyone. I had to
Still
resume
off
at the
the
end,
end
so
of
say
it,
bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
But we are starting to fire.
The way